In social studies, we are starting a new chapter. And the title of our chapter is How Can One Person Make a Difference in a Community? And we will be learning about 4 different people from the past who solved problems in their communities. 2 of the problems were in urban communities, so big cities, and 2 of the problems were in rural communities, so out in the country. Not a lot of people, not a lot of buildings. Words we will learn, so some vocabulary words that you might hear: inventor, tutor. Give yourself a little thumb up if you've heard of either of those words before. So let's read the introduction to our chapter. All communities have problems. They solve their problems in different ways. Sometimes one person thinks of a way to solve the problem. This makes the community a better place to live. In this chapter, you will read about people who solved problems in their communities. Today, we're just going to read about 2 of them. First, look at this picture. Is this community in the city or in the country? How do you know? Remember, when you're looking at this photograph, we are learning about some problems in communities that people solved in the past. Can you tell that this picture is from the past? What are some things that tell you that this is in the past? So this is a picture of city streets in Chicago, Illinois, around 1890. That's more than 100 years ago. Chicago, Illinois. Have you heard of Chicago? Maybe you've been to Chicago. There's a good chance that maybe you've been, or you will go. It's not too far away. You can drive there or go there on a train. So where are the children playing? Looks like a road or a street. Is it a safe place to play? Check out what's around some of the children. Looks like ditches with boards around it, tires, holes, maybe even trash. Is that safe? What other problems might these children have? Looks like a lot of birds flying around. Maybe those are seagulls. Does this look safe to you in this community? Somebody might think it's not. This person is Jane Addams. And we're going to read about what she did to help those children. So, Jane Addams gave children a place to play. This is our first heading. That's in red. Jane Addams lived from 1860 to 1935. She lived in the city of Chicago, Illinois. She saw children playing in the dirty, crowded streets. She knew the children were not safe there. Addams wanted to help. Soon, she had an idea. She rented a building where children could play and be safe. She called it Hull House. Addams built Chicago's first playground. Jane Addams saw a problem in her community and solved it. Wow, what do you think of that? This was Chicago's first playground. Somebody saw that children were playing in areas that were not safe, so they decided to solve a problem in their community and do something about it. They made an area safe, and they made an area safe for children to play. Do you think that they did a good thing? Give a thumb up if you thought that that was a good thing. Instead of playing in the dirty, crowded streets, she rented a place for them to play. A playground. And this was more than 100 years ago, right? Or she lived more than 100 years ago, right? She lived from 1860 to 1935. Long before I was born. So she saw a problem in her community and solved it. And this is in one of the urban communities. Chicago is a very large city. It still is today. Have you ever played on the playground? It's interesting how playgrounds have changed from a long time ago until today. Let's look at another picture. What do you see in this picture? Is this community in the city or in the country? How do you know? Well, we see lots of cars, street lamps, people, looks crowded. So is this a picture of a city now or long ago? And how do you know? Do those cars look like cars that are on the street and the roads now? Those look like old-fashioned cars to me. And look at what some of the people are wearing. This looks like a long time ago. What kind of problems can you see in the picture? It looks crowded. Looks like a lot of cars could maybe get into an accident. I can't believe a car isn't hitting somebody right now, people or each other. What's missing? That just looks like a mess to me. This picture shows transportation problems in the city of Cleveland, Ohio, around 1920. Cleveland, Ohio is not too far away. Ohio touches the state of Michigan. So Ohio is a state, and it's right next to our state. So it's not too far away from us. But this shows transportation problems. Transportation is ways that people get around. And this is showing problems with it. This looks like a problem to me. Let's see who can fix it. Our next heading, Garrett A. Morgan made his community safer. Garrett A. Morgan lived from 1877 to 1963. He lived in Cleveland, Ohio. He was an inventor. An inventor, this is an important word, we know because it's bolded in a different color, and it was one of the vocabulary words I talked about. An inventor thinks of new things, such as machines. An inventor often builds things too. Morgan thought the streets of his city were very crowded. Traffic lights had no delay between go and stop. Cars often crashed into each other. No delay between go and stop. Can you think of what it was missing? We know that go is green and stop is red, and that delay in between, what color is that? Are you picturing a stoplight? That's right, yellow. We have that delay between go and between red, we see that yellow. It's telling us that we need to slow down and come to a stop soon. Cars often crashed into each other without that. So a long time ago, they did not have that. Morgan invented a traffic light that had 3 commands. Cars had time to slow down between go and stop. Morgan's new traffic light helped keep the people of Cleveland safe. Wow. I think that that's a super important invention. He saw a major problem in his community, and this problem wasn't just happening in his city, I imagine. It was probably happening in a lot of other big cities. So this invention probably didn't just stay here around Cleveland for very long. I imagine it traveled to other cities very quickly because people saw this and thought, wow, this could save lives. And we still use this invention today. Think how much it's changed now. We see some stoplights with arrows, right? Some arrows that tell us green, right? That we can turn left or right, right? Or some stoplights blink. But this has changed and we still use it today though. So he definitely made his community safer as well. So today we have read about 2 inventors, 2 people who solved problems and made a difference in their communities. And these were urban communities. bigger cities. They saw problems around them and decided that they needed to fix it and see what they could do to make their community safer and a better place to live for everybody around them. We will continue to read about people in rural communities as well.